survey questions.
Okay.
So it's sort of like, I start off broadly, trying to discern what people's understanding of the place identity is,
Yeah.
where we were at. So I start off by saying, what do you know in the broadest possible sense about Denver? Past, present, future doesn't have to be historical. It could be like where you think the place is going.
Okay.
So
Awesome. So what do I know about Denver?
yeah, generally speaking.
Awesome. So I moved to Denver about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm
From where?
From Ohio.
Okay. Oh wow.
So I'm what people call here a transplant.
Yeah. Right.
So Denver's kind
So
of
you're not.
interesting. Yeah, exactly.
right.
And that so many people are moving here. And so it kind of has that like new identity that's forming where it's a bunch of transplants, right? So
Right.
it's becoming more rare to meet people who are actually from Denver.
Huh.
So that's been kind of interesting for me.
heard that a lot.
Yeah, because then you have like the half of the people who are like kind of against more people moving here, and then you have a bunch
yeah.
of people who are moving here and they love it, and they're like, everyone should move here. So
Right.
it's been interesting seeing it from both sides, especially because you have like the great things about more people moving here, because that brings
More industry.
more industry,
more jobs.
more things like that. But then also you have the things like gentrification,
Yeah.
and especially
I talked with Robin quite a bit about that too.
yeah, so especially with like my line of work and working here, where we're working with social justice issues,
Yeah.
I was kind of like thrown immediately into that lens of looking at change in Denver,
Okay.
because we work in this neighborhood, which is historically an African American neighborhood,
Right.
and is going through a lot of changes really quickly right now.
Right.
And so it's been interesting working at Redline, and then also working at some of the schools in the neighborhood through our education programs,
Okay.
and seeing people who have like generations that have lived in the neighborhood that are being pushed out,
Wow.
and then also seeing the new people that are coming in. And
So,
Yeah.
given all that understanding and like witnessing that happen, like what exclusions or inclusions do you see present within the communities where you live now? Like, is it still like they're pushing out low-income people of color in this area, and
I think
or is it they're embracing that a little more? I mean, how's
I
that
think
work, you think?
a lot of the neighborhoods, I think if it depends on who you're talking to,
Right.
they would give you different answers.
I get that a lot.
So a lot of
Yeah.
the arts organizations and people you're going to meet here,
Right.
they're talking about how do you include people who have lived there for generations into the conversation, and how do you keep that culture that's been there alive. So I definitely meet people who are like trying to keep people where they've lived forever and like keep that identity alive, especially in this area. But then I meet people who are like around my age, like younger millennial people who are moving to Denver, and they aren't like taking the time to learn about where they're moving, and they aren't taking the time to learn about the history of the neighborhood. So then they're like kind of complacent and okay with pushing people out. So you kind of have
Right.
like,
They're not
I
engaging
think
to
if
prevent
they're
it.
not engaging, and maybe they would care if they learned about it, but they aren't taking the
So
time.
parachuting into the community.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so I found that like, so obviously I transplanted here, I moved into the neighborhood, I'm one of those people that might be considered to be pushing someone out, but I really tried to like work hard to integrate myself more and like learn about the history of the community, like go to the community center, like see the grandparents of the students I teach, like know the neighbors, and like really try to understand the history of the place instead of just like flopping in and not really caring.
Right.
So I think you have like half the people that are working hard to keep the history alive and prevent things like that from happening and create more space for long compressing and things like that. And then you have half the people who are moving here and just don't.
Right. Okay.
So it's interesting.
Right,
in that
they're battle
way.
lines.
Yeah.
But those are drawn pretty traditionally across cities, I think.
Yeah, I
you
think
know?
most cities are going through that.
Yeah. Well, this is the third question is how does that, all of those aspects of your life, how has that affected you personally, if it has at all?
Well, I'd say that personally, so I come from a small town, like a small rural town in
Okay.
Ohio.
Which one?
It's called Athens.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you know
I'm
where
from
it is?
Indiana.
Oh, okay. So it's a small little
Yeah.
college town.
Okay.
So it's interesting because you have like the university, but aside from that, it's very rural. It's 20,000 people.
Right.
And
Okay.
I grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
So it's like I knew all my neighbors. You'd go to like the little general store and the community center, and you like knew everyone. And my grandparents lived on the farm, and it's like
Yeah.
And so there's like a really strong sense of community where I'm from. And so I think moving here into a city, I tried to find that because I enjoy that sense of community and feeling like I know my neighbors. And so I really tried to create that in the city, in this neighborhood, by like going to the community center and like meeting all the families I work with.
Getting familiar with everybody.
Yeah, so I feel like personally, I've kind of tried to create that small town-ish in the city.
Okay.
And I think that's helped me in the long run with like better understanding the community that I'm
It sounds like you're also still sort of like dealing with a little displacement from the move.
Yeah.
You said what? It's been a year and a half.
It's been a year and a half, a little over a year and a half.
Yeah, it takes time to root down in a new community, I think.
Yeah, it does take time, and working here, I think it's happened a little faster, just because I have had to like jump into working at the school and jump into working with other community organizations.
Right. Okay.
So I've definitely like met more people faster than I would have working somewhere else.
Do you live in this area now?
I just moved out of this neighborhood, but I did live about 5 minutes from here the past year and a half.
Okay. What neighborhood are you in at this point?
I'm in, it's called the Lower Highlands.
Okay.
So it's like right across the river from where like the aquarium and the children's museum and stuff is. So right across from downtown.
Okay.
But a lot of the neighborhoods in Denver kind of have the same story, right?
Right.
So you have the neighborhood I just moved into. It gentrified before this area did, but it went through its own process because it used to be mostly Hispanic area.
Okay.
And now it's a lot of white.
Right. Right. So it seems like people just being pushed further out.
Yeah, so Denver really sprawls now. I'm not sure, since I'm not from here, like I'm not exactly sure what it used to be, like size-wise, but now it's like, you know, it completely is developments from here to Boulder, which is about a 40-minute drive.
Right.
And it's all developed,
I know
right?
people talk about the two. This is one place.
Yeah, so it's like people live there and commute in. So it's really, a lot of people have been pushed from like this area out to Aurora.
It's interesting. There's a lot of atomization that goes on there.
Yeah.
Disconnection takes place because of the industries, but
it's true. It's definitely, it's changing quickly, and you have like all these little neighborhoods definitely have like a very strong culture to them. You know, like this area was known as like
Harlem
of the West, you know, center of jazz, and it was like a very primarily African American neighborhood, and then like the west side was mostly Hispanic, and so now everyone's kind of being pushed out because everyone's moving into Denver so they can raise their own family.
Great. Thanks for taking the time to talk with me about it. I appreciate that.
Yes.
And for having me out.